This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Drafting with Big Nass. Doing another RGD draft today. Generally I like forcing rug or red-green. I mean the third color can be blue or black. Those are both really good decks. But looking at this pack, there is a Sunforger, which that kind of puts me into red-white right away, because Sunforger is quite good, especially if you have a bunch of instants or sorceries to go get with it. So if not for the Sunforger, I could take like a Golgari Rotworm or a Snapping Drake. But I think Sunforger is powerful enough that I'm going to go a little bit outside of my regular comfort range. So we'll try taking the Sunforger and see what comes. Now, as far as red-white goes, for what I could do for my third color is blue. That opens up Izzet for pack 2 and Azorius for pack 3. That's probably what I'm going to go for. Doubling Season is a card that's worth a lot in real life, probably not worth much online. So just trying to think of what other possible colors I can have for my third. Oh, excuse me, I just had a sneeze there. Okay, so red, white, blue is the one I probably most want to draft, but red, white, green is not going to work out. Red, white, black is another option. I think I'm just going to stay in Boros for now, because Thundersong Trumpeter is actually pretty good. So, yeah, I think that's what I'll pick here. So I think that the two best options to pair with Boros are either black or blue. So I'm willing to see, just to give it a little while to see what comes here. Sky Knight Legionnaire is another good Boros card. A Spark Mage Apprentice is playable. Conclave Equinox is also pretty good. Fiery Conclusion is also playable. I can't actually remember how good this card is. I mean, it's obviously really good in response to a removal spell, but I'm not sure how good it is otherwise. I think I'm just going to take the Sky Knight Legionnaire here. It's aggressive, it flies, it's all the qualities I usually look for. There is a case to be made for taking the Fiery Conclusion to go with the Sunforger, but I don't know if that's a good enough reason to take it. Like, just Skylight Legionnaire is just really good. So I'm going to go with the Legionnaire. That might be wrong, but I don't actually remember how good the 5 damage card is. Okay, so if we were drafting your green deck, Overwhelm would be a snap take. Yeah, overrun effects in general are very good and limited, and it looks like a Nombo if you convoke it, but it's still quite good. That much I do remember. So what else we got here? Not too much in blue or black. So as far as red or white goes, Sabertooth Alligat, not where I want to be. Again, I don't want green to be my third color. So Orthsworn Giant is looking like the pick. I mean, it's not that exciting, but it does have a fairly powerful effect, so that's what I'll go with here. Ooh, if you also suffer from allergies, man, I'm feeling for you. Because allergies are just the worst. Okay. Oh, Civic Wayfinder, so good. As is Scatter the Seeds. I mean, I really don't want to draft, like, quote-unquote Naya, because, like, there's nothing to draft pack 3. But, man, these are some good cards. I also don't really want to be in 4 colors. Yeah, I mean, all the rest of these cards are not that great. Probably just going to take this Frenzied Goblin. It seems like the best pick for me. Just like Civic Wayfinder is, it should not be going this late. Like this is usually a first pick. But I really want to stay out of green this draft. Okay, Boros Swiftblade. that works out quite well, especially if you have any sort of pump spells. I don't imagine it will have any pump spells in either of the two color combinations we're looking for. But I can't see myself taking anything else here, so it's going to be the Swiftblade. Sunforger, even if you don't have any instants to go get with it, it's still pretty good. Like, it's still +4, +0. Put that on a Swiftblade, that's going to end the game really fast. I'm still waiting on a reason to jump into either blue or black here. So, as I was saying before, red, white, blue, you get Izzet Pack 2 and you get Azorius Pack 3. Red, white, black, you get Orzhov Pack 2 and you get Rakdos Pack 3. So, that way you have something to do. You have something to do for all three packs here. Okay, so Flicker Form. Remind myself what this does. If I had a Galvanic Arc, this would be really good, but other than that, it doesn't seem all that exciting. Could go for Terraformer. Screeching Griffin probably is going to be the pick here. I mean, it's a flyer. It has it even has like super flying. And basically, like, they're going to have a really hard time blocking this guy in most cases. So, and that pairs really well with this Sunforger. So I'm gonna go Screeching Griffin here. That also allows us to stay like on guild. And speaking of staying on guild, Sunhome is gonna find a good home in our deck. Yeah. I like it. It's definitely better than the rest of these cards. Like, Ordrin Commando is playable, I guess. Boros Recruit really isn't. Torpid Moloch, like, unless you're drafting some sort of sweet brew, like Torpid Moloch is not going to be playable in most decks. So, Sunhome looks like the best call here. Okay, so here's our pack back. Barbarian Rift Cutter is really not where I want to be. This Chant to the Vidukazi, that's just way too expensive, even with Convoke. It's just not that exciting. I think I'll just pick up the Terraformer here, just because like Firefiend's not really playable, and Terraformer kind of is, but that's by no means am I jumping into blue because of Terraformer. Okay, so we have a bunch of not so great cards. Like Stasis Cell is just too expensive. I'll just pick up the Viashino Slasher, although I don't think I'll end up playing it. In this pack, nothing too exciting. I don't think I'll have enough Auros to make Drake Familiar playable. I'm just going to take the rare here, because I don't see myself playing Tatter Drake, even if I do jump into blue. So here's some more basically unplayables. I'm just gonna hide some of these cards. I'll leave Terraformer there for now, just because like if I do end up in blue, I almost certainly will play him. But I'm open to drafting either blue or black here. Not open to drafting green, as I said before. Sure. Dogpile is not really that good. Like Dogpile it's too situational. Like I've seen a lot of players play that card before, and like sure some of the times it's a 4-mana terminate, but a lot of times it just sits in your hand, or at best it can take out like a small creature while you chump attack. All right, so Gruul Warplow, that's not going to make our deck. So here we're looking for a reason to jump into either Izzet or Orzhov. Blind Hunter is leaping out at me as one of the reasons to draft the ladder there. And there aren't really any good like Izzet cards. Like Bloodskull Prowler is okay. I mean, it's definitely playable, but let's see anything else here. Shiss Motivate. That combos really well with our Boros Swiftblade, and also we can search for it with Sunforger, but Blind Hunter is just so much better. Like Blind Hunter is just it's such a good card. There's also Repeal, but I don't know. I like Blind Hunter a lot more here, so I'm gonna go with that. And unless I get past some crazy blue cards, probably gonna be in red, white, black here. So what do we got here? Rabble Rouser doesn't seem that exciting. Let's see here. Infiltrator's Mage Mark is okay. I think I'm just going to take Bloodscale Prowler. I could take Is It Boiler Works just in case like I do end up in blue. I mean, it certainly would be a welcome addition. But, yeah, like, I want to make sure I actually have, like, dudes, so... like, Bloodscale Prowler is almost certainly going to make the deck regardless. Could also take Morning Thrall. That's, you know, the Morning Thrall is probably better than Bloodscale Prowler. I do like erring on the side of having cheap creatures, and there really aren't that many good like bears in this format. So, Plagued Rusalka is another option. I don't really see myself having too many creatures to sack to it, but I'm just going to go with the Morning Thrall here. Okay, now I have to make a decision. So I got Tessa, which seems pretty good, or Electrolyze, which is pretty good too. This is kind of a tough choice here. I am partial to the blue cards, so if we just think about this for a sec, if I just go in on Electrolyze, that means I'm giving up Blind Hunter and Morning Thrall. But Tessa just seems like such a good card here, especially considering I've already picked up Morning Thrall. The other option is if we take Electrolyze combos better with Sunforger. Yeah, this is really tough. I'm going to take Tessa just because it's a rare, but that's really close. I'm not sure if that's right. In fact, it very well may not be. Sword of the Parents seems good. I'm not sure why it's still in this pack. I mean, it is pretty expensive, but it's the creatures in this format are a little bit worse than what we're used to. So, Sword of the Parents is going to be pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I do remember that card being pretty balmy. Alright, so I could take an Orzhova, I could take a Plagued or Martyred Rusalka. I think I need to start picking up some mana fixing, so I'm going to go with this Orzhov Signet. I mean, Plagued Rusalka is definitely good. You know what? It's probably better than, like, considering I have a Tessa in my hand as well. It's a tough call. It's pretty close. Like, I mean, I value having mana fixing pretty highly, so I'm going to take this Orzhov Signet, but I'm not totally sure that's right. All right. Well, we had this guy in our last draft. It was okay in that deck. It wasn't like super exciting. So we have Is It Guildmage, which we can only use the red end of. We don't actually have any sorcery to combo with it. We can take Absolver Thrall, which is okay. I mean, it's going to have targets some of the time. I'm going to hide this Terraformer. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Absolver Thrall. It has a decent-sized body, so... Okay. Mizzium Transwilliquat. What does this do? Probably a little ambitious to be playing something like that. I think the real choice here is between Orzhov Guildmage and Morning Thrall. I think Orzhov Guildmage is a little bit better, so we're going to go with that. Okay. Not really interested in Lionheart Maverick. Pyromatics, that seems pretty good. Doesn't really combo that well with Sunforger, but it still does a pretty good job of killing small creatures, so that's what we'll go with. Okay, well here's our pack back. The Morning Thrall and the Bloodscale Prowler came back. I'm going to go with Morning Thrall. seems a little bit better than Bloodscale Prowler. And we do want like a lot of black and white creatures for Tessa, so let's go with that. Alright, so our options are Bloodscale Prowler or Rabble Rouser. I like Bloodscale Prowler a little bit more. Rabble Rouser is fine, but it's just really small body. And you really need a lot of creatures to make it good, so I'll go with the Bloodscale Prowler here. Alright, really don't like Lionheart Maverick. I'm just going to go with Shattering Spree for the sideboard. It's a playable card in Modern, so it's probably, I can get something for it probably. Alright, Scorch for Sokka seems fine. So there are cards I'm really going to want to pair with the Sunforger at some point. Wrecking Ball leaps to the top of the list. That's what I can remember anyway. I mean, it does fit the criteria here. It is a red instant card with mana cost 4 or less, so that definitely does work. And like removal spells is really what I want to be tutoring up with the Sunforger. I mean, really, I'll be happy just sticking that onto Boros Swiftblade or Morning Thrall and just going to town. Didn't get to see any bounce lands, no on-color ones this pack, or last pack for that matter. I didn't see any of the Boros ones or the Orzhov ones. So probably going to have to pick up Rakdos Carnariums. I'm going to pick those fairly highly. I mean, I can't really take them over like a Wrecking Ball, but over pretty much anything else, I mean, I'll have to take it. Alright, so we're looking for Rakdos cards this pack. Cackling Flames, that definitely works with Sunforger, so that's probably going to be our pick. As much as I would like to have some mana fixing, I'm definitely going to pick it over Rakdos Signet. Not taking Whiptail Moloch. Simic Gale Mage is good, but we're not going to be able to use it. So, yeah, this seems like an easy pick to me. I'm going to go with the Cackling Flames. Okay. So just scanning through this pack, like I don't remember the cards well enough to just know what everything does at a glance, so I'm going to have to read a lot of these. So Psychotic Fury, it's playable I guess, but it's not something I'm super excited about. Demon's Jester, what do we got here? It's 4 mana, 2/2 flyer, and it gets bigger if we have Hellbent. Gob Hobbler Rats. Seems okay, but I'm probably just going to go with the Demon's Jester here. I mean, just having a 2/2 flyer is fine. I mean, I already picked up a Screeching Griffin for that same reason. I realize that there's not a lot of 2-drops, but I mean, I already have a bunch of them, so it's not like I'm missing on those. So we'll just pick up the Demon's Jester here. Really looking for a Wrecking Ball here. That would make my day. So a good interaction with Sunforger is I can go to the Dome with Cackling Flames, like post-combat. Because normally what happens with Sunforger is that you have to unattach it to go get your removal spell or whatever, then you attack, but then you don't have enough mana to re-equip it. But I can always just go to the Dome with Cackling Flames, and it's just a full-on Lava Axe if I'm Hellbent. Okay, so Brace for Impact. What do you do? That doesn't do nearly enough. Foil Spell Snare, that's probably worth something. I'm just going to take a quick check. All right, well, probably not worth anything. So I'm going to take this Rakdos Signet since we pretty much need it for the deck. I would prefer if it was a Rakdos Carnarium, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? So anything else we could possibly take? Not really, so I'll just take the Signet. Pillar of the Perins. That's an interesting card. Probably not taking it, but let's see here. Drekavac can be good in certain decks, but we have a lot of creatures in our deck, so that's probably not going to be working out too well. There's Vesper Ghoul, which helps fix our mana. Skullmead Conjure's not usually very good. It's probably going to be decent against us, but I'm definitely not going to be taking it. Nat Alley Creeper doesn't seem that great. There's also Enemy of the Guild Pact. I think I'm just going to take the Vesper Ghoul here, just because mana fixing is pretty important. Okay, so we can't play either side of Research and Development. So we can't play either side of Supply and Demand. Although, interestingly, we can tutor for Supply and Demand with Sunforger, but that's not a good enough reason to play it. Taste for Mayhem is a card that goes in the super aggro 1-drop deck. It's not really going to go too well in our deck. I mean, we could live the dream and put it on Boros Swiftblade, but I think that's a little ambitious. Could take Macabre Waltz. Doesn't seem that exciting. I'm just going to go with Enemy of the Guild Pact here. It can randomly be really good. Alright. We definitely have options in this pack. I don't think Drekavac is going to make it. Dreadslag seems pretty interesting, but I don't think we're really that well set up for like a Hellbent deck. So I don't think it'll be that good in our deck. Ogre Gatecrasher, there's a decent number of creatures that have Defenders, so a lot of the times it's just going to be Hill Giant, but it does actually kill stuff once in a while. Riot Spikes is also a card. I feel like I have enough creatures, so maybe I should take the Riot Spikes here. Yeah, I like it. Okay, Jagged Puppet. I seem to remember that one being good. Okay, I mean, this is kind of a, that's kind of an all-in card. I'm not sure if I really want to take it. Let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Jagged Puppet seems powerful enough that I feel like I can gamble on it. I don't know how good it'll end up being, but it's worth trying out. I guess I'll just go with the Sandstorm Eidolon here. Ooh, that's a late Plumes of Peace. Like, really late. In fact, I might just take it, just so I don't have to play against it. Blessing of the Nephilim. I mean, I definitely have cards that works well with, but I really don't like playing auras, so I'm just gonna hate this Plumes of Peace. Fortunately, didn't get to see any Wrecking Balls. That's kind of unfortunate. Probably not playing Psychotic Fury. Actually, I might play Psychotic Fury. I have enough multicolor cards that maybe it's going to be good enough. It's pretty good with Jagged Puppet. We'll see. I don't think I'll end up playing it, but it's worth considering. Alright, bunch of cards that don't do anything. I'm just going to take a Spell Snare since it's good in Modern. I mean, I'm pretty far away from building a Modern deck on online, but hey, every little bit helps, I guess. Well, I don't think I want two Psychotic Furies. I don't think I want one Udvar's Scalper. I'm just going to take this Galmead Cauldron so I don't have to play against it. Sure. All right, so this deck ended up decent, I think. I mean, definitely would have preferred to be in Rug or Jund, but when you open Sunforger, you just gotta go with the flow. So we'll put this together, and we'll see you guys in a sec. Hey guys, welcome back. So this is what we're going to be battling with. Our mana is pretty darn sketchy. We have 5 plains, 5 swamps, 5 mountains, and 1 colorless land to go with our 2 signets. So kind of just gonna have to hope we get there. It was really strange that I didn't see any on color bounce lands. Like I realize they're really good and people take them highly, but I mean should have seen one. That's it's kind of weird, but. I mean, I like the way this deck looks. Like it's got a good curve, a lot of 2-drops. I mean, the signets are going to help out a lot. And Sunforger, unfortunately, only tutors for either Pyromatics or Cackling Flames, but that should be enough. Other than that, it seems fine, and it's got some good synergies. Not sure if Jagged Puppet. I mean, there's a fairly good chance this card will bite me in the butt, but I got to try it out. I mean, it's just got a huge body, and it should do something. Especially if I can combo it with Sunhome, that would just be off the chains. So I'm gonna submit this, and we'll see you guys in round 1. Peace.